And welcome back to the most amazing corner of the internet. I'm your host Rebecca Felgate, and today we're talking about the top 10 things only legal in Japan. Before we crack into this video, I just want to ask all of you that are new here to subscribe to Most Amazing. Also, if you like our content, please hit that big beautiful thumbs up button. Also, if you want to go above and beyond, then click on that notification bell. We also have some sweet merch which you should absolutely check out. I've got a link to that in the description box down below. Okay, things only legal in Japan. Coming in at number 10, we have love hotels. So, love hotels are literally there so people can have sex and then check out after. While this is for sure happening in other countries, Japan has legalized the practice, meaning that hotels can offer rooms for as little as 1 hour, although overnight stays are possible. According to the Sun newspaper, because we all love a credible news source, 1.4 million Japanese people visit these sex stops every single day. They don't always have to be bedrooms either. Love hotels offer theme spaces like fake subway cars, fairground carousels, and alpine ski lodges for those who want to indulge in a little fantasy. Okay, this next law absolutely sucks for feminists and women in general. Women, not men, who get divorced have to wait 6 months before getting remarried again. Now this law once again only applies to females. Men can get married whenever they want. According to a Time Out blog, women who give birth to children in those 6 months must also legally declare their child as their ex-husband's, even if it isn't. Also, babies have to be recognized by fathers in the womb, because if they're born and not recognized by the dads, they can't be Japanese citizens. Again, this is all according to this Time Out blog. Weird. Coming in at number 8, we have special edition versions of Pokemon Green for Nintendo Game Boy. Certain games are only released on the Japanese market. This includes classic games like Pokemon Green versions for Nintendo Game Boy and a Zelda spin-off called Tingle's Balloon Fight. I think that's for the Nintendo DS. Even if you physically go to Japan and find these games, they won't work back home because of your console region settings. Gaming's just better in Japan. Coming in at number 7, you can smoke in restaurants. Japan is one of the last outposts in the world where you can smoke and drink and eat at the very same time. In the UK, the smoking ban came in 2007, and most US states have laws in place to stop indoor smoking. So why does Japan not follow suit? Well, because the government has a 33% stake in Japan Tobacco. Speaking of smoking, in Japan you can buy cigarettes from vending machines, which is coming into number 6. Not only can you legally buy smokes from vending machines in Japan, they're also not plied with the same taxes most countries levy on tobacco. So basically, this means that they're really cheap and very readily available. Often cigarettes in Japan cost less than $4 for a pack of 20. At number 5, we have a law that has recently changed in Japan, but I wanted to talk about it on this list. It's actually something that used to be illegal in Japan. That's right, up until 2015, you couldn't dance in nightclubs. Okay, so you can buy alcohol and cigarettes in a vending machine, you can drink on the streets, smoke where you want, check into 1-hour sex hotels, but you can't dance into a club. The reason this law was brought in 1948 was to regulate the sex industry, and the law got actually pretty tight in 2010 too. However, 6 years later in 2016, this was revived, allowing people to dance in clubs again. While it is now legal, people are still very nervous about dancing in clubs. Coming in at number 4, this isn't like a legally enforceable law or anything, but it is against all social laws in most countries. In Japan, you can straight up yell at waiters. Clicking, waving, it's all okay in Japan. I discovered this from a YouTube channel called Texan in Tokyo. Now the video in question has had over 3 million views and it's really educational. While in North America, the UK, most of Europe and Australia, we would never dream of shouting at a waiter unless you're a true idiot. In Japan, this is the only way to get their attention, and they don't mind one bit. Weird. Coming in at number 3, you can drink in the streets and in public places. Japan is one of the most lax places in the world when it comes to alcohol regulations. In the USA and Canada, you can't even drink in the park, much less the street. In the UK, it's complicated, but you definitely can't drink on inner city public transport. In Japan, however, no worries. Crack that can wherever you want to. Coming in at number 2, you can have all you can drink happy hours in Japan, and they're pretty cheap. So for around 2,000 yen, so about $18, you can attend all you can drink alcoholic happy hours. This is called Nomehudai, and it laughs in the face of responsible drinking. 2,000 yen is actually a kind of upper limit. You can find some all you can drink places for under 1,000 yen if you're lucky, or unlucky depending on how your head will feel the next day. The reason this works in Japan is because people see it to be shameful to be very drunk. If this was legal in the UK or the United States, ho ho, lager louts everywhere. Finally, just for fun, at number 1 of the top 10 things that are only legal in Japan, we have wearing these shoes. So the fashion police clearly don't exist in Japan. Be free! Free to wear fish shoes. No judgment. Although some judgment, but not that much. Other than the weird vibes about dancing in clubs and the strange tilted marriage laws, Japan actually sounds really great and I want to go. Who's with me? Which of the things on this list would you most like to do in your own country? Let me know in the comments section down below. For me, I think I'm all about those all-you-can-drink happy hours. Yes. Thanks guys for tuning into this episode of Most Amazing. I'm your most amazing host, Rebecca Felgate. If you like this video, make sure you give it a good thumbs up, share it with a friend, and stay subscribed for more Most Amazing videos. Also, if you want to check out our merch, don't forget the link to that is in the description box.